Not too long ago on TikTok, a post was created by one of my lovely sorors of Delta Sigma Theta Sorority Incorporated that talked about 5 things anyone can learn from joining a sorority. It was a great video because it talked about different positions and things that you do as chapter members, but also the skills. I've done workforce development and career services for over 15 years. That also includes working as a career advisor at a university. So for me, the content was great. In the comments, I put in that, I always encourage students who were members of organizations to include it on their resumes. I understood the hesitation a lot of times as to why they wouldn't. Unfortunately, many people still have a negative perception about Greek lettered organizations, and there could be a stigma attached to it. But I told them that there were 2 main reasons why they would want to put their organization on their resume. One, even though it is a volunteer position, and here's the thing, as a career advisor, I'm going to tell you to put a volunteer or any unpaid position on your resume. Why? Because it gives you skills. And a lot of these skills are transferable to other positions out in the quote unquote real world. Also, many of the positions that you see in a chapter, those are actual positions at a company as well. But two, you also just never know who you're going to be interviewing with. You could be interviewing with a member who is Greek letter affiliated, and it could be somebody who's from your own organization. So those are the reasons why I would give, but I would also tell students it's also on you. It matters on your comfort level. If you're not comfortable with doing it, that's perfectly fine. I mentioned in my response that myself, along with the director of fraternity and sorority life at the university that I worked for, we created a guide that told students how they should be putting their organizations on their resumes. And one of the replies was, "Can you tell us how to do it?" So that is going to be what I'm going to talk about in this video. So I'm going to start off by just giving some general formatting tips. So generally on a resume, we want everything to be consistent. So all formatting of all sections, ranging from your education to work experience, research, student organizations or student activities, whatever categories that you have on your resume, you want them all to look the same. So generally, that could be having the organization or the institution's name, then having where it's located. So that's usually just city and state or city and country. The one thing that you do not need on there for location is a street address or a zip code. But then also what your job title was and the dates that you worked there. And then underneath, sometimes you can give a general line and then have some different bullets that talk about tasks that you did, or you can just have the task. So as you can see, when we made examples for Greek lettered organization positions, we stayed pretty consistent with that. So you can see where I work. So Meliora to any of our students who might be watching, but we have the name of the institution, where it was located. So a slight tweak is we had the title of the position, which this one at the top is just general, you are a member of your chapter, and then the name of the organization after that. Now, when it comes to the name of the organization, we want you to use its government name, so the official name. So it shouldn't just say Chi Omega or Phi Beta Sigma or Delta Sigma Theta. It should be Chi Omega Fraternity. If your organization is incorporated, have the incorporated after that. So then also Phi Beta Sigma Fraternity Incorporated, Delta Sigma Theta Sorority Incorporated. And you also want to hyphenate it with what chapter you're in as well. So as you can see here, we have Chi Omega Fraternity, Xi Mu chapter. And then the dates that you held that position or your dates of membership at the university. Or even if you decide to put it on when you get a quote unquote professional job, you can have it being continuous. So as you can see here for a non-leadership role, we gave a brief general blurb before descriptions. So attended weekly meetings to learn about chapter and national organization news. Underneath that, we then provide some different tasks that a person would have to do as a general member of their organization, one who does not hold a leadership position. So some of those bullets include assist the chapter in the decision-making process regarding programs, service activities, and sponsorship. Participate in 10 hours of community service, working in a soup kitchen as part of Zymu's local philanthropy project. Demonstrating communication and relationship building skills while participating in recruitment events for the chapter. So, one of the things that I always noticed when I was a career advisor, and truth be told, not just working as a career advisor at a university, this happens a lot with students and even some seasoned professionals. But many times we tend to leave our bullets, job roles, duties, tasks, very general. So, something like that on a resume could look like attend weekly chapter meetings. But as you can see, we broke it down